welcome back to the Samuels.
What's up?
I'm China.
And I'm Matt.
Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the first time we met.
Right. Follow up from the last video.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Continuation.
Right. You look nervous when I said that. Like, we're gonna bring all that up. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about it. So, how you want to go first? You want to tell your side, or you want me to tell my side? Your point of view or my point of view?
Okay, so
they all correlate. So.
Yeah.
So I tell it from my side, and you tell it from your side.
Okay.
All right.
So.
My side a little better than yours, anyway.
Let me hear it.
God was working on my side. I seen him at work. Them prayers was answered. So all right, let me get this stuff. You can sit back, relax. Let me take the wheel.
Go ahead, baby.
For the moment.
Take the floor, baby. Take the floor.
All right. So at the time before I met you, remember I was a single dad. They didn't, the two boys, they didn't get to see their mother that often, like only on the weekends. It was a struggle. I had my schedule set up. Wake up at 4:30. I was doing Uber to survive. Remember all of that, right? I was on Uber to survive, so I wake up at 4:30. I had like a morning routine. Remember the 3 P's: piss, push-ups, prayers. So I wake up. I get myself up at 4:30. Wake them up at 5 because they had different school schedules. So after I do my prayers, I get them up, get them together. I had a routine. Once I dropped them off, my hand itching. All right. They said, what he said, tell the truth, shame the devil. Shit well. All right, I got you. Tell the truth, shame the devil. I'm telling the truth right now. All right, so but no, with all seriousness, it was a rough patch at the time, and not having a woman to help me with the kids was even that much more harder because I had to cook, clean, do homework, this, that, you know what I mean? And they'll see their mother sometimes on the weekend. Sometimes she was too busy partying, whatever she was doing. That's her business. And along the journey, I remember making a prayer right around beginning of December 2017. And I asked God to send me somebody, you know what I mean? So that way, because I started to understand the role of a woman, because when you being a man, a father in my kids' life, them not having a mother, I had to do the womanly duties and the manly duties. And you can't perfect the manly duties, which is to provide. I could protect and provide. Those are most important, roles in the family dynamic. But not having a woman to cook, clean, and take care of the nurturing side of things, it kept my money at a minimum.
Right.
And I knew I felt like I couldn't break loose and really get to it. You know what I'm saying? Get to the bag. So I prayed for it. And I remember a while back, my dad was telling me before I broke up with her, before the breakup even happened, let me just take it back a little bit. I'll never forget, he said, I was washing the dishes and my kid's mother was out partying. She been doing I hate to make that joke, but she been doing puppy parties since way back in the days. Atlantic City turned up doing her. And I'm at the crib and I'm cooking for them. I'm cleaning this and I got emotional. I call my pops. I'm like, man, bro, like I'm doing this, that. He said, don't take it personal. Don't break, because all she's doing is preparing you for the woman that God got for you.
Right.
Cook, clean, provide. You know how to do laundry. You know how to do all that. So a woman is only going to be an asset for you more than a need. Right. And that woman that you get is going to appreciate that. So boom, I kept that in my mind as I was, the 2 years of being a single dad. And eventually I made that prayer. I'm on the couch one day. I get a call from my homeboy. This is where it gets interesting. My homeboy, I'm just gonna say M. We ain't gonna put nobody's name in because you don't want nobody to try to sue us later on. And he said, "Yo, I'm having an event," and I'm like, "I don't really go out like that because I be too busy working. And when I'm not with the kids, I'm trying to get some rest or whatever. Whenever she do take them." So I just kept hearing this like voices back in my head, like Holy Spirit just kept saying, "Go to the event. Go to the event. You're gonna meet your wife." Now, all the years of me being a spiritual person, being closer to God, being closer to the divine, I've never heard you're going to meet your wife. But just that day, the same day, and I kept ignoring it over the next couple of days. The day I was on the couch, before I left the house, I said, let me take a nap and see how I feel. The event, I said, I'm going to pull up at the event like 10, 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. And then I'm in my dream state in a deep, deep sleep. And I just heard, go to the event. We set it up for you. Your wife is there. So I'm like, okay, the angels and ancestors on my side. Something going down. Let me just get dressed and go. Boom. I go to the event. And it's so crazy because walking through the door, remember I told you I ran into a chick I used to mess with. As soon as I get to the door, what we was at? On Myrtle Ave, Fulton Street, something like that. Anyway, bro, I
I
can't
don't
remember in Brooklyn. It
remember.
was so long ago. As soon as we get to the spot, I've never been to the spot before. I seen a chick that I was messing with, but she was a slash friend, but we messed around and stuff. I seen her first, and she jumped up and was like, "Oh shoot, Matt, what you doing here?" And I go down towards the end. I'm like, "Where's the event at?" Because all I see is the bar. And we went down. I went down to the end. When I went to the end, I looked around, said, "What's up to everybody?" And that's when I saw you.
Mm-hmm.
You stood out. Don't get too bougie. don't get too bougie. You stood out. And I said, I went to my homeboy who invited me and I said, who that? And he said, my homeboy, Art, we gonna say Art, is talking to her. But I remember he was like, I was looking, I was like, damn, she ain't giving him no play. I said, you sure, bro? Because she not really giving him no play like that. He's like, but I just told you he trying to holler at her. Like he was trying to stop me. Like the devil didn't want this to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fall back and see what happened. I'm gonna watch the room. In the middle of me watching the room, remember that my homegirl that I was messing with brought the Spanish girl down to me. You know what I'm saying? And she came down and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? She like, yeah, I got one for you. I got a husband now, but yo, F with him, he a good dude. Fuck with him, he a good dude, he a good dude. I'm like, she pushed the chick on me and I'm looking at you. I'm like, wait, I want her. What the hell is this? Shorty, I got the picture on my phone. Well, I'm like, whoa, calm down. And then I seen you standing there. I said, damn, I gotta talk to her. She ain't paying all no mind. I gotta holler at her. And I went over to you. I'm like, hey, what's up? What's your number? I don't remember how it came off.
I was walking to the bathroom.
All right, you tell us. Because I don't know how it came off. I can't remember that part.
So when my homegirl invited me to the party, I was, I've been going out or whatever. I was stressed. I was depressed.
Going through your breakup.
I was.
Okay.
I was dealing with my breakup, and my mother's like, oh, put that on, put this on. She's like,
oh, you did say that. Your mother told you put this outfit on. You gonna meet somebody.
My mother said, put that on. She said, she said you gonna meet a nice man tonight. I started laughing. I'm like, I'm not going outside to look for no man. Then she said, don't worry. Then she said, oh, that look good. So I was like, all right. So when we got to the spot, it was my homegirl's boyfriend event, right? But
that's the hold on, pause right there. That's the interesting side because that's that real intricate role. It was your homegirl, which was her boyfriend was my homeboy.
Right.
And your homegirl is also a friend that I know from my hood. At the time, my hood back then. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the person who party was my friend. But go ahead. Yeah.
Right. So his homeboy was my homegirl's boyfriend. And she was like, oh, he having a thing tonight. Oh, you coming out, whatever. I'm like, yeah, of course, I ain't doing nothing. And so I'm in the spot and I'm just minding my business like I do always. And there was this one dude, he was trying to talk to me or whatever.
That's R, right?
Yeah.
R.
Then I'm walking, going to the bathroom. I was looking at him when he walked in because he had it was just something about his aura. It's something about his aura. It just caught my attention.
Why am I just now hearing this, man? You never told me. You made it seem like I was just on you the whole time.
No, but it was something about your aura that just caught my attention. But like I said, I wasn't going outside to look for no man. I wasn't trying to. Plus, I thought about no disrespect to nobody, but it was my homegirl's boyfriend. Friends. I didn't look at it as I wanted anybody from his side.
From his crew?
From his side, to be honest. Because coming from where I was coming from, and no disrespect to him, but it was just like, I'm gonna just go.
Not my level of dude.
Yeah, this ain't my type. It wasn't my it wasn't my type, wasn't my style of dudes that I would mess with. I would mess with. So
that makes sense though.
It wasn't in my intentions to meet anybody there. But
that's what happened. Can I get my stuff? Finish my story?
I was talking to dude who was trying to talk to me. Then I was walking to the bathroom, get back to where we was. I was walking to the bathroom and you grabbed me by the arm, my hand. And he was like, What you say? You said, yeah, you said, can I get your number? I was like, I don't give my numbers to niggas in the club.
Hey, you making me seem like a old touchy Philly dude in the club. I don't remember grabbing you.
You did. You held me when I was walking back.
Aggressively or just?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I'm about to say, I don't remember doing that.
It wasn't aggressive at all. Right. And when I'm walking to the bathroom, then you stop me and you asked for my number.
Oh yeah, you said, oh, that's what I said, the funny stuff.
You asked me for my number, and I said, I don't give my number to niggas in the club.
In the club, and that's what I said.
And then he pulled out his phone, and he was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna act like I'm taking your number anyway.
Oh yeah, you wasn't gonna embarrass me. Nah, I did it like this, no joke. Let me grab my phone. I'm gonna show you I did just like I said, well, I'm gonna act like you gave me your number in the club because you ain't gonna embarrass me in the club. And you start laughing. You like, what? like, nah, bro, you're not gonna embarrass me like that. Because I don't even be going after taking. Nah, I don't really be going out at the time. Even now, I'm married, but before that, I never went out to the club looking for women numbers like that. Because I don't know, I always put myself in like a higher. I don't know. I see myself as a classy dude and self-respect, and I really don't like embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I remember I'm still coming from it was almost like a marriage. You was in the long term, I'm in the long term. So all of this is new to me again.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm a free spirit. I'm gonna make jokes and, lighten up the mood. But I'm gonna take it from here, right? How it went? From my side, my perspective. From my side. This is my side of the story. But after that, that's when you said no and you came back around again and I said, damn, man, you need love. We told that in the first episode.
I was coming back from the bathroom.
You come back from the bathroom.
When you stopped me again and said that.
Yeah, no, but something all right, so I don't ever want to take God out of the equation of nothing because everything that I do in life, even now as an adult, as a grown man, and I was not like I wasn't grown then because that was only 7 years ago? No, 8 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I'm very energy sensitive and I felt something about you. It's not that I already heard it. Holy Spirit already gave me the premonition that you're about to meet your wife. But I felt like, damn, she feel like she need love. And I got, like I said last time, I had a lot to give. And I said, why I feel like you need love? I remember saying that to you, right? And I'm like, oh, you smell good. And then we started dancing. Yeah. And it felt like it's like a movie. Like everybody was watching us like, wait, we just locked in and we couldn't let go. I'm like, wait, I know movies be playing like this, love at first sight. Like, I ain't never think this could really be true. But it felt like love at first sight. And I'm like, damn, I really, really jack her. And then I don't want to look like a little weenie. Like, bro, you just met shorty. Like, what's wrong with you? You lost your mind? You a sucker. You a simp. And everybody that know me know I'm not a simp. So I'm like, what's happening to me? Like, I'm really jacking this. We had a good time. And then when I got home, I remember, like, I laid back down. I don't know why. I had the room. My kids were there. I laid on the couch and watching TV. And I heard text her to see if she got home safe. Like, my inner spirit was telling me that. And I said, all right, let me text her. Shoot you a text. And he was like, oh, that was nice of you. But then I'm like, I think she might look at me like a thirsty dude by texting that. And you did say that. Like, that was kind of weird, bro. Like, I just met you. You talking about you got home safe. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking like, you were drinking, you having a good time. And I want to keep myself relevant. And then after that, I like kind of let it go. But here's what blew my mind. And this is my side. I'm going to let you take the floor. It was when I found out later on, somewhere down the line, we kept talking every day on the phone. Mm-hmm. Every day on the phone. And then I remember you thought I was a drug dealer because you was like, what you doing? Like a little bit of everything. And I wasn't lying. I had like 2-3 different hustles along with the side I was doing Uber to provide for my kids.
Yeah.
And I did. I had my other insurance hustle and all of that. I had other stuff going on in the background. And my father always told me that a man should keep 3 incomes at minimum. So anyway, we talking on the phone every day, and we never even seen each other again after that. It was strange for like 3 months, right? Or something like that. It was like a minute before we went on a date.
Yeah, it was a while.
It was mad long. We talking every day, like we already slept with each other. It was weird, and it was like I felt you calling, and you'll call me. Like it was like I knew you was gonna call me, then I call you, and then I started telling you about my story. And then when we connected the stories together, we like, wait, so how I'm friends with you blew my mind with this when you was like, wait, your best friend, girlfriend is my best friend. And your best friend's to her boyfriend. But we never crossed that.
Right.
And then I think it was when it hit me, I don't know how God aligned that. I was in my phone and I looked and I said, wait, I got a picture with you almost a year ago in a club. And my finger literally, like, I'm in a club and I got, me, I'm that guy. So I'm like 4 women. It's like what, 4 or 5 women.
Yeah,
And
like
my finger,
yeah.
my right finger is pointing directly at you before we even met. And I'm like, wow. And your sister was standing right there on the floor.
And you sent it to me. It was like, that's you? And I'm like, yeah,
holy
that's
shit, that was
I was
you.
like,
I'm
oh
like,
shit, that's me. I'm like, damn, that's you.
but what blew my mind, it was like, how is it possible that my finger was literally pointing at you in the picture? And you was like to the far right. Like, and then I caught a flashback of that night.
Right?
Yeah, on the right. Yeah, yeah. Oh. We're gonna make sure he's gonna post that. So when I thought about it, I remember you sitting to the side the whole night when I was invited to that event too. And it was your friend's birthday.
It was her birthday, yeah.
Right. And she's from my neighborhood. And I kind of remember vividly that it was a girl that didn't look happy sitting to the right. And I remembered it. I played it back in my mind. When my memory Rolodex, and I started thinking, I'm like, I remember a girl sitting to the side that was pretty, that looked sad. And it was you. And I was going through my breakup. You was going through your breakup. So when you split the screen, it just was like, it was being aligned. Like you had to go through what you was going through. Mm-hmm. But and in conclusions, I'm not gonna take all the time. No, you know, once I get to talking, it's gonna go. You know what I mean? I talk all day. I be having so much stuff stored in. But what God seems to still like surprise me. I swear to God, he surprised me so much. What blew my mind was that your ex was connected to people that was friends of my ex. Okay. That's when I really knew he was involved in the story. And then not to mention the car situation. Remember when I said something about the Chrysler? I was known in my neighborhood because of the Chrysler too. Back in the day, the Chrysler 300. Right. And mine was sky blue. We used to call it Betty Blue, like this real sky blue one with TVs and rims and all that. And I had a crazy system. And one day, we just found this out recently. He was like, I just realized that was you riding through my neighborhood with that loud ass car. And my ex had a silver one and you had a sky blue one. Bro, it's like a split screen of like your life was being, if I was to turn this into a movie, somebody would be like, bro, there's no way, bro. Yeah. Both coming from the ghetto, and it's like God was working you through your problems, and then their similarities of the violations and the cheating and the disrespect was so similar. Like the years on years of doing dirt behind each other back. Mm-hmm. That's crazy work. But nobody wouldn't believe this. Even now, like when my son came to me like, oh, my mother said da-da-da. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know her. How did y'all fall in love? This don't make no sense. It's like a story, like a fiction story. Like, how did this happen? Well, when you believe in God, he can make things happen. That's impossible. It's like that's magic. Impossible. It's like a miracle where most people don't think it could be possible. But that's my side of it. I'm going to sit back and let you take the wheel on how you felt about, the situation.
That's why I said what I said in the last episode about it was written before we even got here.
They said, yeah, the steps of a good man is ordered by the Lord. Right.
That's that. So I talked about love at first sight, but maybe it was our destiny.
Yeah, it was destined. It was destined to happen.
It was destined to happen. That's probably why I felt that love at first sight. Mm-hmm. Because this is where I was supposed to be. It's where I was supposed to be. So then the night we met, he did text me. So we in the Wendy's parking lot. Cause we're like, damn, I ain't even getting nothing to eat. And I'm hungry. So I was driving. Yeah, I think that night I was driving. So I'm about to take my homegirl home. And we in the parking lot in Wendy's on Pennsylvania and Atlantic. And I got the text. I said, bitch, he texting me already.
Oh, you talking to your friend? I said, he texting me look like a cornball. Like, you thirsty. Yeah, you thirsty. He hit me already.
I said, damn, he texting me already. She was like, for real? I said, yeah. She said, what did he say? I was like, man, he just was like, get home safe or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, that's weird.
Oh, that's what I said. Get home safe. Yeah, I didn't say, oh, you home safe. Okay.
Yeah, you said we get home safe.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's different. I felt like, damn, that's different. I've never met a dude and he texted me the first night within a couple hours.
Yeah.
Within a couple hours of us meeting, then he texts me. And yeah, it just went from that first text message to where we are now.
Right.
And he don't even text me like that no more.
What?
He don't text me sweet stuff like he used to text me.
Don't do me like
He
that.
don't. He don't. He don't
Hey,
give me that. He
oh
don't
my
give me
God.
that catch me by surprise texts no more.
I do catch me by surprise gifts. That's why I'm too busy. I'm too busy. Hey, you ain't cheap neither. So what you talking about? I'm too busy grinding. I ain't got time for that. Hey, look, as your bag get bigger, and I'm not here trying to brag, but when you start going up in levels of financial brackets,
Right.
I always tell you what, you get a man with time, he ain't got no money. And if you got a man who got money, he ain't got no time. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my grind, but I'm never missing no birthdays, no holidays, no bills ain't being missed, no lights ain't cutting off, car payments still get paid. Everything is getting taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So at the time I was broke. I was making what? Like
just messing with you, baby.
I was a 5-figure man at the time. I had a lot of time on my hands.
No, but
outside of the kids.
He don't give me the cute little text messages no more, but he is very thoughtful. He know I like to eat junk. He know I love me some cake.
Some snacks. Some Scooby snacks. I'm bringing you some Scooby.
So he'll do little things like that.
And them gifts ain't cheap. You better shout me out.
Randomly, he'll just bring like, I got you something, baby, and I'll come down and it's a slice of cake. You know, I love food.
I think every girl is a foodie on the low.
I love food, especially a piece of cake.
Right. Oh yeah, cake. Yeah, I know that for sure.
So he knows what I love, and he gives that to me. So it's okay. I don't get the messages no more. That's all right.
But
I take the cake.
But you gotta remember, we wasn't living together when you was getting a lot of messages. We lived together. It was just, I'm coming in to check on you. Like, what's up? Wake up, you good? Everything all right?
So we met December of 2017.
Yeah.
And we got married June 2018. We didn't know each other that long before we got married.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it
felt right.
Felt right.
I was scared though.
You was.
I was especially scared on I didn't marry my ex, and I never married before.
Especially on our wedding day.
Oh yeah. Oh, the day of, I was scared. I'm like, oh hell no, I can't believe I'm doing
married.
This. Nah, bro. I'm like, wait a minute.
Talk about Mr. Attitude, and I didn't know what was wrong with him.
No, because I was thinking like, this is moving too fast, but it feel right. You know, because honestly, it felt like it was moving too fast, but it felt good. But at the same time, it was moving too fast. But then it's like, I couldn't fight it. But we don't even talk about that part.
What part?
How many times we broke up in the beginning of the relationship. We skipped that, bro.
Wait, how many times we broke up before we got married?
Twice.
We broke up.
Yeah, you broke up with me, then I broke up with you.
Twice. Remember when we broke up and I got into a car accident because I
was. Nah, bro.
So we you know, it was a lot going on with us, and we both felt like it was moving too fast. And I told him, I'm like, I don't know why I knew exactly where I was when I said this to you. I was on Pennsylvania Ave. I was sitting in the gas station in my car when I was like, I don't know. I feel like I love you. I'm not supposed to love you this fast.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's not right. It doesn't feel like I'm supposed to love you this fast, but my heart, I feel like I love you. And he was on the phone. He's like, for real? That's how you feel?
I felt the way. I'm like, wait.
He's like, for real? That's how you feel? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I love you. I do. I don't know how or when it happened, but it happened. And I think we talked for like 2 minutes. Then we hung up. And we broke up, like 2 days after?
You said I can't do this?
Yeah, I said I can't do this. I said I can't do this. This is too much for me.
Yeah, we broke up 2 days after. I thought it was over. I'm like, 2 days
after I told him I felt like I love him. Because I did. It felt like I came out of a situation, you know, that I was still, you know, I was still trying to move past and find myself, find myself. And I was just like, nah, Chin, this is too much. You fell in love with this nigga way too fast. Fall back. So that's when we broke up. Because I'm like, nah, I got to fall back. This is moving too fast for me. And that was our first breakup.
But I want to intervene with that because you got to remember, to people who's watching, if we're gonna talk about, the devil hates unions.
Right.
He hates togetherness. His whole job is to divide, steal, kill, conquer, divide. Right. You know what I mean? And what we were doing, I feel like we were trying to fight against God's will. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember this. You just said, and this is not to call you, call out your contradictions, but you're saying you just got out of a relationship. But you got to remember, you were broken apart, even though you guys are going back and forth for 2 years. But you were broken out of your situation for 2 years. Yeah. I know. I'm not calling it out like to deem it as wrong how you feel, but 2 years being broken up with somebody. And I had 2 years being broken up because I left my ex in 2015, right? And yours was around the same time, right? Something like that is what you told me. I can't remember the time you told me, but I know it was like a year and a half, 2 years.
It was 2016.
2016, right after mine.
We was going through,
right. So you had a couple seasons without your ex.
The relationship was on its way out the door.
Right, and then I think the reason why we was fighting, my personal opinion, how I feel, like when I went to therapy, they told me make sure you say how I feel. I can't project on you. I felt like, what happened is we can't believe that you can find love that fast after you've been through a whole 10, 15 years of madness with somebody else. Right. And that felt wrong. You know what I mean? Like, wait, bro, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You ain't get to know this person and you're already locked in. But then when you look at it, we even did a season of just talking, 3 months of just talking on the phone before we even went on a date. You know what I'm saying? 3 months of just never seeing each other before we even slept with each other. You know what I'm saying? Until like the 4th or 5th month. Like it's reasonable timing, but at the time it just felt like, nah, bro, I don't want to fall in love again and get hurt again. So I feel like we were just fighting against what God ordained for us. That we couldn't believe that we was equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? So fast like that. Like our energies just matched. And everywhere we went, even now they be like, oh, y'all so dope. My mom, I'd be like, first of all, this girl is light skin, pretty. She got, she got her looks. To me, I'm like, I'm a little chunky, short black dude. What are y'all talking about? But it's the energy that they. Hey, I know I'm a handsome dude. I'm just saying, there's a bunch of good-looking guys with money, right? But what people tend to forget sometimes it's not a physical. It was the energy. Yeah, the aura is what people was looking at, and I couldn't interpret that at the time. Like, why is it that even my mama, even my friends, they're like, nah, bro, how you find her? You know what I'm saying? I want to blow Emma. I don't even care because I don't owe nobody nothing. Even with him, it was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Damn, she proper, she bad. I'm like, bro, that's your girl peoples, bro. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was getting, like, it's a lot. I caught a lot of flack for messing with you. You know what I'm saying? And then even with my ex, it was like, oh, I know her dude. And I'm like, so? I don't care. Everybody got a past. You meeting somebody in your 30s, how you ain't got no past?
Right.
So show me somebody that's in their 30s and ain't got no past. Like, bro, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? So, but, for what it's worth, I don't know if you're done telling your side. Okay. But for what it's worth, on my side of why I broke up with you, it was like, it felt the same way. I don't want to sound redundant in saying what you said, but it was just like, we move in together. I'm going to take it back. I remember when we got into the move in together part.
Wait, before that, when we broke up, that was the first time we broke up when I crashed.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I was saying about when we broke up and I crashed my car.
Oh yeah.
So it was after I told you that I feel like I love you, and then we broke up 2 days later. And I'm like, fuck that, I'm going in these streets and I'm going to party. I'm going to a party.
God stopped you. That was a stop in your tracks. I remember. You put a halt to that shit. Like, nope, you ain't going.
I'm driving. I'm coming from the club or whatever, and I don't know what happened. It's like you ran across my mind, and then I text you. Did you reply? No, you didn't reply.
Not right away. I did it on purpose.
You didn't.
I made you wait. I did it on purpose. I put the 2-hour wait between that.
He didn't reply, and I don't know. He was just running across my mind, and I don't know how I crashed, but I crashed. And then when he finally answered, and I'm like, I crashed my fucking car because of you. He was like, because of me. He's like, what I got to do with you crashing your car?
Right.
I'm like, you ain't even answering my messages. I was really
I know you was
mad.
tight.
I was so mad.
I went to go Harlem to look for something. I'm going out. I'm on the same page you on. I got dressed, find the best outfit. I'm going out. I'm gonna catch me something. I'm done with this.
I was so mad. I was so upset. And I'm like, it was because of you why I crashed.
Nah,
it was your fault that you made me crash.
That's crazy. How you blame me for something you did because you was in your feelings after you dumped me? That's the mentality that be blowing my mind about women. It's like you wanted me to run by. Well, there's a lot of dudes that would have did that. I'm like, no, why? I don't want to break up. I ain't care. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. I'll move on quick too. So it is what it is. Even though your heart's still in it, but I'm trying to mentally like get over it. They like, hey, we said the fastest way to get over somebody is get under somebody else. I'm about to go find me something. I'm on a me out chase. I'm out of here.
I damn sure went out that night and we broke up. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm going in these streets. I was thinking to myself, I ain't even want to be in a relationship right now anyway, because I'm still, trying to find myself in this.
I was imprinted on your heart. I couldn't get me off your mind.
I'll take that.
I got that effect. I know. I got that effect on people.
I'll take it. So that was our first breakup. And then I crashed because of him. I'm still blaming him to this day.
That's not my fault.
He's the reason why I crashed.
You dumped me, and then I dumped you. I'm like, yep, I'm good too. I don't want to do this.
And then we end up getting back together, and then 2-3 weeks later, right after that, he dumped me.
Oh yeah, I said it's moving too fast.
He's like, nah, you was right. This shit is moving too fast. I can't do this. And we broke up again.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Then I called him. I said, all right, let me just come and see you one last time. Because we're going to end this for good this time.
You said you're going to give me a little piece.
I ain't going back and forth.
You wanted to break me off a little piece and try to lock me. And then talk about, you can give us some goodbye sex.
I said, all right, so let's just have a goodbye sex. Because we was coming to an understanding that it was just way too much, too fast, and we need to scale back. So then we really decided, okay, let's break up. I said, but before we break up for real this time, let's just have some goodbye sex. I said, just let me have it one last time. That's the worst thing you could do.
To every man out there, that's the worst thing you could do. A long time ago, my father said, if you want to break up with somebody, last thing you should do is have sex. Because you know what it is? Now that I'm more spiritually inclined, our souls was more intertwined now. Because a lot of people just be having sex, but it's like our souls are dancing. You're having euphoric sex. Your spirits is definitely intertwining with each other. Especially, when love is involved. It's a different type of ball game. You know what I mean? So that imprint is there.
You're supposed to have that goodbye sex and then move on from each other. But I had the goodbye sex and
you fell in love all over again. Just tell the truth.
I never left after that. I was supposed to do what I do. We were supposed to get it on, and then I was supposed to leave. But I ended up not leaving at all.
Yeah, we was wilding for real.
I ended up not leaving at all. We turned that one night into a whole weekend of just
locked in.
Just having sex.
Oh yeah,
it was a whole weekend.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The whole entire weekend.
It was a whole weekend, and then
what's deep? Guys, sorry to cut you. Guys.
No, go ahead.
What's deep? What's deep to me? Outside of that, like, I remember before you moved in, and I said the only way my kids never met no other woman I was dealing with. You know what I mean? Because I messed around. Of course, I had little chicks that I dated during my 2 years of being single. And I was like, my kids never met nobody. You know what I mean? I want you to move in. I want this to work out. But if you meet them and they agree with you and the energies align, then you're good. I thought you was going to fake it. I was like, she want to go buy toys for my youngest and then you want to take the other one out. You trying to figure out, you ask me questions what they like. I'm like, nah, she cheating. That ain't how that work. You got to be yourself and let them tell. Because, I hate to compare.
But that is myself.
Right. I hate to compare children to animals because it sounds terrible. Right. But animals and babies, especially little ones, they are very, very spiritually inclined and sensitive when it comes to people. Good energy versus bad energy. They can pick it up. And I remember when I said, my kids ain't never met nobody. Once they meet you and they like you, then we can lock in. You know what I mean? Lock in all the way in. Because that's like the final chapter of, okay, this is no longer a test. This is real shit going on now. We're going to get together for real, for real. And
no, but I also felt like before you did that, I think I was talking to my sister or my mother. And I'm like, he won't even let me meet his kids. We've been together for months
yeah,
now.
oh yeah, I wasn't doing that right away.
We've
I
been
need to
together
know
for months now,
Nah.
and he say he loved me. Then
Nah.
why can't I meet your kids?
Nah, I wasn't gonna do that.
What are you waiting for me to meet your kids if we so called love each other so much?
You know, because most men, how I feel is most men, especially when you got boys, I got 2 boys. Most men would just be like, it's whatever. My boys see me and other women think it's cool. But to me, it's like I don't ever want to like bring somebody in their life and that person's not going to be here for the long term. They already seen me and their mother go through hell in a handbasket.
You did tell me that.
Yeah, like I got enough respect because when I was young, I know how I felt. Even though I was with a single mother, I was with my mother. But even sometimes when I was with my dad and I seen him with different women, I didn't really respect that honestly because I always looked at it like you should have a functionable, joint. If it's not a joint family, then you should have a functionable family to where the kids don't see different people in and out, in and out. You know what I'm saying? Because I want them to have that as they get older. Like if you're going to get you a queen, get you a queen. If you're going to mess around, just mess around, but don't bring that to your home front. Technically, you shouldn't even be bringing a woman in your house that ain't really a woman that you plan on being with for the long run anyway. That should be hotel vibes. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That was bad enough. I'm already doing that. But then to bring them around my kids, like I dated chicks was like, yo, I've been with you. I've been messing with you for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and we've been sleeping together. And I never met your kids. I'm like, you never gonna meet my kids. I ain't want to say it like that. Like, shorty, you'll never meet my kids. We're just having fun. But I'm like, I'm making every excuse up in the world. When I met you now, besides, and the other ones was just, those are scallywags. I'm like, all right, I know this is just a fly by night girl. But when I met you, I'm like, all right, I really want to take this serious, but I got to see how you rock with them outside of the home. Because you've been in and out the house when they not here. Kind of like you were sneaking around.
I was. You were
sneaking around them, right?
That's why I felt the way that I felt, because I was sneaking around them. I'll have to come after they leave to go to school, or they went to their mom, or they're not here for the weekend. You're gonna come over, then I'll go over, and then I have to leave before they come back because they was going to school from your house. So if we did spend a weekend together, I'll make sure I had to leave Sunday evening before their mother dropped them off Sunday night.
Yeah. It started to look suspect to you, like you messing with your baby mom.
It felt weird to me, like, bro,
how you got your own crib and I gotta do this?
And I gotta do this. I gotta be out before your baby moms drop your kids off. Then when they there, and when they there on the weekdays, I can't come over. Yeah, it just felt weird.
I wasn't doing that till I knew for sure. You know what I mean? And it just, like you said, it was moving too fast. But once I knew they fell in love, and even when when I knew they really loved you and they started to love you more, is when we broke up. And I remember picking them up from school, and they was like, "Where's China? And she coming?" Da, da, da. And I was like, "Nah, I broke up with her. I'm good." After they met you, and he started crying. He's like, "Why? No, no, I like her." I'm like, "Oh shit." I messed up. I'm like, God damn it. Oh man. I'm driving now thinking I'm taking them home. I'm like, shit, bro. Then I get to the crib, I gotta go back to doing all this feminine stuff, cooking and cleaning and the homework, and I'm trying to get it back. I'm waiting they go to sleep to go outside to get more money. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like, it's like you asked for something and God gave it to you, and it was already ordained. I feel like it was already written in the cosmos. Like it was already a sign in the book. You know what I'm saying? Like Matt and China's gotta be together. They both gotta go through this transformation. She gonna be on this side going through this with her dude. He gonna go through this with his dude. And you can't appreciate, and again, I wouldn't have been able to appreciate you had I not been through those dark times. Because you can't know what a good person is if you ain't been with a person that's messed up. And to be honest, I've been wanting to say this, and it's the first time you probably hear me say this. I don't know, maybe. One thing I realized about past relationships, I think we're old enough to come to a place of no judgment on their part because they just didn't elevate. Remember when we talked about the twin flame and the soulmate journey? Yeah. I think our twin flames that we dealt with, this is my perspective, but me understanding spirituality, I start to get it now. Right. They didn't ascend. So when I say either you grow together or you grow apart. You know what I'm saying? Because if you up here spiritually and they down here and they still lower vibrational, still doing dumb shit, still partying, still carrying on. And then you over here praying to God and doing all the proper things in life, and you putting out good energy to the universe, and they still doing low vibrational shit. God takes you from away from that, and it will give you somebody that's on your level.
Right.
You know, because I think like even now in business, I wouldn't have met the people that I met. I want to sit amongst millionaires if I didn't elevate. He wouldn't let me meet these people at my lower vibrational self.
Right.
I wouldn't have met you if I wasn't on some high vibrational shit, because you was already over the low vibrational shit. Same vice versa. You would have never met me on my high vibrational self. So it wasn't time for us to meet. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And they got their own journey. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they level up and they wake up and stop being selfish and stop thinking it's all about instant gratification or living out their flesh, you know what I'm saying? And stop feeding the flesh, then they'll eventually get a partner that God ordained for them. You know what I mean? Whatever that timeline is for them, that's for them. And I think that's the part of like forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Forgive, but don't forget. Because when you forgive, I honestly forgive my past, and I'm thankful for my past because it made me appreciate these times.
And I'm thankful for mine, so that's the reason why I'm thankful for my past.
Yeah.
That's like what I said in the last episode where, you know, if you don't know where you're coming from,
you don't know where you're going.
How you gonna know where you want to go?
Yeah.
If you don't understand where you're coming from, and that's you know, that's one of the reasons why I felt, and I do feel the way that I feel now. It's like, how could I have known how to appreciate you and how you make me feel if I didn't go through that? I appreciate my past.
Yeah.
Because it was a lesson for me and made me into the woman that I am today.
Right.
So if I didn't have that, what kind of woman would I have been for you right now?
Right.
You know,
that's deep. That's deep. That's true, because I ain't gonna lie. I want to thank him. Shout out to you, bro, for messing up if you ever watch this video. Thank you. Appreciate it. Did a good job. No, but thank you, Lord. Appreciate you, King. All right. This is something that if you don't want to engage in, it's okay. This topic. And I'm going to hit on this topic. And this is something that where vulnerability factors come in, where most people won't be vulnerable enough to speak what I'm about to speak. And what I'm going to say is, to be honest with you, when I was in my past situation, right, I wasn't 100% a provider, right? I took care of bills, don't get me wrong. And that past person knows that.
Right.
I've had 2-3 cars outside. I took my kids shopping because this mofo didn't even want to do laundry. So I was buying clothes galore. You remember when you met me, I was like, she's like, damn, every week you buying outfits? I'm like, bro, I send them home with clothes and they wind up shrunk or they can't find it. Shoes coming up missing. Jordans I just bought can't be found. You know what I'm saying? So I always was a provider. But back then, you know, again, we ain't saying no names, so it don't matter. She on her side, she knew how to dingo or finesse the game to live off the land. Let's put that, right? Because I don't want to incriminate anybody, right? And I didn't have to provide 100%. And then when I got with you, and you coming from a situation where you were resting in your femininity, you were living a soft life, but you were loyal, respectful. These are tradition. You live in a traditional relationship, right? Because technically that's what a man's supposed to do. He's supposed to provide and protect. I'm gonna be, again, this is vulnerability right here because this is deep. And a lot of people ain't gonna, I hate when people come on social media and they do the mushy shit, but they don't tell the dark side.
Right.
I learned from being with you, and I'm gonna say it again, how to be 110% provider and how it makes me, it's like you give me enough room to do what I gotta do as a man to provide and protect, and how to be 110% provider. You could rest. Not that you didn't have your own hustle, because you had the cake business, you got the interior designer business now, and these are your hobbies. You can do your hobbies, make whatever you make off of that. But I got this. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in that past situation, before we met, 2015 and back, I was younger, and I didn't have to. I'm supposed to, but it didn't allow me to feel as good as I feel now. It didn't allow me, give me enough room to be as great as I can be now. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful for that, because I remember I told you back in 2020, I said, one day I'm gonna be able to give you everything.
You did
Just
say
hang tight. Let me do this.
you did say
Because
that to
you
me.
take it. I come in, the food is done, my laundry done, my shirts is ironed, my son clothes is washed and ironed, he got food on the table, you helping with homework. And I'm like, damn, because even when we had a little breakup in the past, I was like, when I had to do all this shit, I'm like, this is a lot of work, bro. I ain't been doing this in years. No. We got to figure this out. Come on back home. I can't do this. This ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm going out there now and I'm out there going hard to bring in a bag to conquer the world, to bring it back home to my family, and you ease that pain. You make me feel like, yo, that's my king. He good. The food done, everything done, the house clean. You got that feel confirmation. That feels so great. And it makes me want to do it more. I told you, when I get up 3, 4 in the morning, I gotta bust a move and I see y'all sleep and the house is good. I'm like, I did that. It makes me feel good. I did that. Look at them. Everybody good. We got cars out. She could pick a car to drive. We got this. You need something that's paid for. You got the bags, the shoes, the this, Chris's fly. Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? And that makes me feel good. But for what it's worth, like I said, you can choose to talk about yours where you can see where you went wrong back then because you didn't know better. And maybe that's a part of the journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I didn't know 100% at the time how valuable it is to be 100% provider, because it allows a woman to rest in their femininity, and it allows me to take my masculine role. Right. You know what I mean? And and maybe, hey, I'm not gonna go back ever. I can't fix what's already done, and it doesn't excuse the cheating, the lies, and the manipulation that was done to me. But maybe a lot of people that's watching this probably need to hear this. If a man don't take his position 100%, then it forces a woman to go into a nature that they don't belong in, which is masculinity.
Right.
That's the imbalance of the relationship. That's when people start cheating and lying because you're not taking your role. And that's just with maturity. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that. It don't excuse the games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you decide to feel like, you ever sit back and think about what you could have done better when you were younger in that relationship versus now?
Yeah.
If you choose to talk about it, you don't have to.
It was things that I could have done better. It was a lot of things that I probably could have done better, but I didn't know any better.
Right.
So
right.
Now that I do know better, I think about it now like, damn, I probably could have did that different. But ain't no use crying over spoiled milk.
Yeah, spoiled milk is done already. What's
then
going?
Again,
we said gone bad.
It done gone bad already.
Yeah, it done gone bad.
But then again, that's why I am how I am now.
Right.
Because it was a lesson.
Yeah.
That was my lesson.
That was your lesson.
That was my lesson from the journey, from my journey. So now it made me look at, I look at things different. Yeah. I'm doing things differently.
No, you definitely.
So
you was a party girl, but you was trying to party, but go ahead, I guess you stopped doing it.
I was.
To go outside.
I was always outside.
But when home is not happy,
but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, when in my past situation, I was out a lot. I traveled a lot. I went out a lot, and you can't never really catch me inside.
Well, you feel like you was matching the energy of your situation, or it was just like you running from your problem?
I think I was matching the energy in my situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
My energy was the same thing on my side.
Yeah,
she was a cheater, I was a cheater. Yeah, we both gonna cheat on each other till it's over.
Because if that was the case, if I was masking my pain by going out, people use money to mask their pain.
Yeah.
So I was kind of doing both,
Right.
I was buying whatever I wanted because I was able to because of him. So I bought what I want, did what I want. But me being outside, that's because I was just matching his energy from that.
Right.
So I'm like, why I gotta why I gotta be locked up in here? I'm going outside.
Right. You ain't here. This house ain't a home.
I'm going on a vacation.
Is not a home.
I'm gonna go travel somewhere. Because it made more sense to me than to be in the house.
Right.
So, but now it's like the time that I'm looking for, the things that I was looking for in a man that you give me now. I can see it different.
Yeah.
You know, I see things different now.
It's like
so
growing together. I was talking about earlier. You're not growing apart, we're growing together.
Yeah, so that's what happened when, you know, when you're growing apart. But
that, I think that's God. I think when they said a family that pray together, stay together. I think because we're laying down our burdens on the altar with God. You know what I'm saying? And you can see where his work is being done in the relationship, because you can't take God out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that plays a major intricate role in all of it. To me personally, that's how I feel.
God plays a role in everything that we do.
Yeah, but now I'm saying for some people, they don't feel like that. They feel like they're in control, or I got money, or I look good, or I got this and that's, that, and the third. But you know, we just, like I told you, we just spiritual beings in a meat suit. You know what I'm saying? And he owned the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
It always makes me laugh when you say that.
Yeah, we in the goddamn meat suit. We spiritual beings in the meat suit. And if the spirit ain't right, then nothing ain't right. I don't care how much money you got. If your soul ain't clean, nothing don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that is deep.
It's that saying, if you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
That shit is real.
But
if you don't know no better, how can you do any better?
But here's the thing. Again, I don't want people to feel like I'm putting too much pressure on when it comes to men. But realistically speaking, this is a touchy one, but they say God talk to men. As men, we're supposed to be leaders and role models.
Right.
We read, we get the knowledge, we see God, we get the wisdom, and then we bring it back home and we spread it throughout our household, and we lead accordingly, right? When a man is not leading and providing and protecting, again, you cannot operate in your natural state of mind, which is to be a nurturer. That's where you belong traditionally. Now we in the 2020s and all that, and shit is rough. Dudes is combining incomes and all of that. But we got friends that we watch, see how that work out. When dudes going 50-50, that's another topic for another day. When you going 50-50, you know, I pay half and my wife pay half. And then I'm like, bro, she got to answer to two dudes. She got two bosses. She got two husbands. She got to answer to you and her boss. And then you want her to respect you? Or you want her to come out? My father used to tell me, the more a woman open her purse is the more her legs close. And I think that's how it went. The more she opened her purse, is the tighter her legs get. There you go. And I used to be like, what? What are you talking about? He said, man, listen, man. Don't no woman want to take the role of a man.
But not to cut you, there is some women out there that wants to be the head of her household.
That is not her. That's not her role, though.
It's not her role, but there's some women that like that. They like to be
head.
They want
head. You know what it is to be the head?
To be the head of their household. Some women feel like they're that independent.
They're gonna be single like a motherfucker.
And they that strong, and they're strong. Women are strong.
No, hell yeah. You have to put babies out and be bleeding for 5 months. But there are
a lot of women that feel like she don't want no nigga taking care of her because
she been hurt before.
They don't want no nigga taking care of them, or because they can take care of themselves and they have to stand strong for themselves and not depend on any man for anything. So, and there is women out there that feels like they do want to be the head of their household because they don't want a nigga taking advantage of them because the man is the provider.
And then, but
there's a lot of women.
But listen,
like that.
And I understand that, but also, not every man that provides is an abuser, because they become men that provide and feel like I own you. That's an abuser. He's abusing you, not physically, mentally. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like he feel like he own you, like I bought you. You know what I mean? You're not an object. You know what I mean? You are my other half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're my wife. You know what I mean? So providing and to simplify this, when I told my friends this that do this, I'm like, bro, what's the problem? He called me like, man, this girl getting on my nerves. She disrespected me. I'm like, okay, so what's going on? I must be like a third. You know, I'm like a third as a lot of my friends. And they called me with this, and I'm like, I hear the story, and I'm like, you got her paying half your car note? Half the rent? What about the one friend paying half the car note and she don't even know how to drive? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you're not even making no sense. That's wild. You see what I'm saying? So, in essence, when you think about it, right, I used to tell them, like, bro, if she wasn't there, what would you have to do? Because we lived in a room together. We didn't even get to that part. That's for another topic, right? The next episode. We was in a room together, from a room to a 1-bedroom until we got into a house, right? All right, now watch this. I could only afford the room. You was there. You made it feel like a home.
Right.
I could only afford the 1-bedroom. You was there. You made it feel like a home. I'm not gonna up it to where it's like I'm counting on your money to be able to pay for that.
Right.
I'm gonna be able to take care of this regardless whether you here or not. So when I hear this, when I hear a lot of battles on social media about like, oh yeah, I'm not doing all of that. That's for suckers. I'm like, okay, got you. But I would have had that car with or without her.
Let's save that 50-50
topic for another
time.
All right, I got you.
That 50-50 situation with couples, it gets deep. Yeah. Because a lot of people on social media right now are having issues and battling between with that 50-50. Yeah. So we're going to save our opinions on that 50-50 situation for another episode.
Right. All right, bet.
So
in conclusion,
before we get deep in that, we gonna
wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We told y'all the story of how, when we met.
The beginning of it all.
The beginning. There is more, because that wasn't the only time we broke up.
The phony? You said
the only.
Oh, I think you said phony.
It was
the phony time.
No, it wasn't the only time.
It wasn't the only time, right?
We broke up plenty more times after that. Yeah, about 4 or 5 times in total.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we
short ones though.
Yeah, they were short lived. Yeah. Except for 2. When we broke up before we moved here.
Oh yeah.
That was the first long.
That was another one that was involved. That had to happen.
That was the first long one, but we're gonna get y'all. We're gonna tell y'all about that on the next one, the next episode of. After I met the kids, we were good. I moved. I ended up moving in. And we were locked in.
Right.
And we were locked in, and then we broke up again. Before we ended up moving to Georgia. So that breakup, that was a bad one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That breakup was a bad one, and it
had to happen.
And it was a long one. Yeah, because if that breakup didn't happen, then we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be where we are today.
Right.
So, but we're gonna tell y'all about that one. So we're gonna pick up where we left off on the next episode.
That's right. All right.
Thank you guys for watching.
See you.